So be completely honest with yourself, right? Right now, what are you doing to make your dreams a reality? If you really want to make the NBA. I don't know how old you are, but you're probably young and you have big dreams. And everybody around you is telling you to not dream big. But I'm telling you right now that the best thing you could ever do in your entire life is to dream big. If you dream and think and hope for making the NBA, and you can see yourself there in your imagination, then that's something that you should definitely pursue and aim for, because everybody that's in the NBA right now, they're all people just like you, just like me. They're all human beings. You're just as capable of making it just as everybody else is. Obviously, there's things such as genetics that play a huge part, right? But hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Unless you're 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", it's going to be extremely difficult for you to make the NBA. But there's also countries where you can play overseas, like China, in the Philippines. There's a lot of countries where you can still be a professional athlete. Your dreams don't have to end. They don't have to end at the NBA. So what are you doing right now to get yourself in the best position possible to be in the NBA or to make the NBA? Are you sleeping properly? Are you eating properly? Are you recovering properly? Are you doing any strength work consistently? More than likely not, because you don't know how to. And that's not your fault. And that's a part of learning and getting to the next level. Some people just aren't as privileged as everybody else to learn things at a young age from either their parents, from their coaches. The list goes on. You may not be one of those people that learned these things, because I wasn't one of those people that learned these things. I learned all this stuff through my own personal experiences. Oh, how come this person is like this? How come this person is like this? I'll go up to them and ask them, like, what did you do to do this? And they would tell me, like, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I had no idea that's what you had to do to get this result. So when I started to play ball, I was very raw, just running, dunking, blocking shots because of my height and my athleticism. I had no fundamentals. I had no basketball IQ. I had no knowledge really of what it took to become a basketball player. I was just going with the flow. But then there were these players on my team that were excelling. They were extremely skilled. They were doing everything that I could do, but to like a whole different degree. And I was always questioning, how did these people get to this position? And I found out was for them to work hard. So I started to ask around, like, what did you do to get this? And some of the answers I got they were pretty useful because I implemented them and I got results. But it wasn't the results that I wanted. Not saying that I didn't want those results. I'm just saying that the results that I got wasn't the results that I was aiming for, even though there were results, if that makes sense. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to jump high. I wanted to be quick. I wanted to be faster. I wanted to be more focused, have better decision making, well rested. You know, and I didn't know that I needed these things until later on in the future. Because you get to a point where there's so much strength work you can do. There's so much skill work that you can do that you hit this plateau of, oh, how am I actually supposed to get better, right? That's where things like nutrition comes in, sleep, strength and conditioning program, mindset training, setting goals, all these tiny little important things that you need to do to make that leap to the next level, wherever you're starting. So I consistently worked hard to a point where I overworked myself because I didn't know that you needed to rest and recover. It sounds crazy, but at that age, you just don't know. You just think that, like, okay, sweet, I'm just gonna keep hooping. I'm gonna keep, grinding, doing drills over and over and over. 6 a.m. training, and then playing ball at school. Then after school, you have training again, and just keep doing that on a consistent basis. Like, my knees were hurting, my back was hurting. I wasn't sleeping properly because I was waking up so early. I wasn't eating properly because I was so tired at night from training. And I would go on YouTube to find like not advice, but I'd go on YouTube to find, I don't know what I was trying to find on YouTube, just kind of direction. But all I could find was motivational videos that would just push me even harder. Like I would dig deeper and push myself even more to the point where the results that I was getting were actually going in the wrong direction. For example, I would get motivated at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning and I'd just do push-ups, and I have training at 6 in the morning. That's not effective use of your time. You should be sleeping, resting, and recovering. If somebody told me that, that's exactly what I'd be doing. But no one told me that. So eventually I got to college and the same thing kept on happening. I was overworking myself. I got injured again, and I met some guys that were on the same path as me, and they helped me to work smarter, but I wasn't aware that I was working smarter because I was just mimicking what they were doing. So my results got better and I got better, but still there was a ceiling. Like I would always hit a ceiling and I would plateau always. And I just couldn't figure out why. And it bothered me a lot because I was putting in so much work consistently too. Like I was working harder than a lot of people, but they were always 1 step ahead or 2 steps ahead or 3 steps ahead of me. It was very, very frustrating. So eventually when I actually started to talk to professional athletes, I slowly started to find out that there were other things in the realm of professional athletes that did to get them to where they are then and there. And it all starts with their mindset, working smart, working hard, and being consistent. A combination of those 3. Then being able to recover properly and eat properly. Be able to take time off mentally from your sport, which is extremely important, especially when you're that passionate about something. It's so easy to get burnt out. You may not think it happens, or you're probably thinking like, oh, I'm not one of those people that gets burnt out. I guarantee you're the main person that will get burnt out from always watching basketball on your phone, dribbling all the time, having a basketball there all the time, shoes there all the time, you're gonna play all the time. The only thing that's in your mind is basketball. You're not actually growing, you're obsessing. That's not healthy for you. You can't obsess to the point where it's unhealthy. There's nothing wrong with obsession, but there's healthy obsession and unhealthy obsession. If you're obsessed about your craft and you're grinding and working smart, hard, and being consistent, that's good. But if you're obsessed and you're not taking care of your mind or your body, and you're just drilling yourself with your passion, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. That's not how things work. That's not how the body works. So because of the lack of talent that I had, I overcompensated with hard work, and that I ended up being injured and hitting a plateau consistently and being burnt out, but not being aware that I was burnt out. And I just kept on pushing, not having fun anymore. And I would search for advice around me, and everybody was saying, just keep pushing harder. Even though I was injured, push through the injury. You know, push through your workouts, just push. So if you're like me and you need direction on how to become a better player overall, and you need help with recovery, sleep, nutrition, mindfulness, a schedule, a routine to get you onto a path where you can continue to walk and not fall over, get up, fall over, get up. Take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So if you want help with nutrition, sleep, strength and conditioning, goal setting, a routine, a schedule that'll get you to the next level, and you're either going to be in the same position that you're in right now, or you can be in a completely different position. Your whole life could change if you just make these small changes over time that'll result with you becoming the player that you want to be, or developing into the player that you want to be, hitting those goals that you set for yourself. Realistic goals that you can actually hit now because you're doing these things. I don't want you to go through what I went through. People telling you to keep pushing and all this random advice from everybody else. Or do this, or do this, or do. You need to personalize your growth on your journey because it's yours. You need to find out what you need for you so you can make it to the next level. Not what everybody else is doing. Forget what everybody else is doing. Focus on yourself. That's the most important person right now, is you. So don't wait. So if you found value in this video and you want to continue learning how to become the best version of yourself or the best athlete you can be, click the like button and subscribe to my channel so you can continue to take steps in the right direction for you. The rest at the middle, rest at the end.